Hey, Shalom. It's Ellie, the Empress here. So, we're gonna talk about black nepotism and celebrity psychosis. So, I do have an individual that I have talked to, and they were planning on making videos about this topic. So, I would like a disclaimer. If they do decide to share messages, it will be in a different sort of context and different format than I am. However, we have had these conversations about sharing content about this, and I would just like that to be known ahead of time. So, people would ask, what the heck is celebrity psychosis? We've heard of religious psychosis and we've heard of spiritual psychosis. And it's like, well, how could celebrities be in a psychosis? A lot of celebrities have an unrealistic view of what it is to live in society, and that's not just due to finances. That has a lot to do with the particular type of lifestyle that celebrities enjoy living. Now, is it an issue for celebrities to enjoy a certain type of lifestyle? Yes and no. And the reason that it's no is not an issue because it's simply enjoying being a wealthy person, nepotism, having opportunities and being able to thrive in the society how it is set up currently. However, we have very dangerous situations going on. Trigger warning, people are constantly still getting trafficked, whether we're talking about whether it's just children, whether it's women, and a lot of males still get trafficked. So I'm just addressing that directly head on. A lot of people who are in celebrity culture have been desensitized to these concepts. Need I mind you, there are certain gatherings that a lot of celebrities have that require the consumption of body parts. So you all know about that. So let's not even be triggered in a certain type of way and then click off the video and be like, oh, well, you know too much. But the internet's the internet, okay? So we know a lot. And even people who didn't know that much, okay, if you're not part of that particular part of the culture, I'm not addressing every individual in a certain type of way. Okay, I'm addressing the essentially gutter type behavior that is negative, that needs to be removed from all aspects of culture, not just celebrities. However, celebrities are top tier for influencing what culture actually is. Celebrities are the face of whatever sort of movement, propaganda, or narrative that the collective has for a particular period of time. So that's why celebrity psychosis is so important to analyze, because if people are a certain type of wealthy and they're seen as celebrities are essentially royalty. We don't have monarchies the way that we did previously. We do not have villages and tribes the way we did previously to represent royalty. However, when you are recognized on a certain type of scale, nationally, internationally, now we have intergalactically being well-known individuals, okay? Let's not pretend we don't have space travel and we don't have satellites and different camps and different setups on different planets currently. Let's just not pretend. We're not pretending, all right? Oh, that's a fairy tale. That's science fiction. Science fiction is only fiction until it becomes a reality. So, with all that being said, recognizing the fact that there are people on stages and who also have accumulated a certain amount of wealth, that's essentially another level of being royalty, in a sense. It doesn't always have to come from a particular bloodline. However, we also recognize that a lot of politicians and a lot of celebrities are related. So with that being the case, we all know what's going on. There are certain bloodlines that are tied to certain aspects of existing, whether in this particular country of the United States or other parts of the world, where people are bred in a certain sense. Not that it's a bad thing, but people are bred to achieve a certain amount of success anyway. Nepotism. How lineages and generations are intentionally taught and influenced in order to achieve certain amounts of success, whether that's in a particular career field or area of expertise, area of talent, area of skill. Okay, so The psychosis isn't necessarily the issue where it comes to people having certain skill sets. Of course, having skill sets is a beautiful thing. The skill set itself is not the issue. The issue comes in when people use their skill sets in order to take advantage of others. So we're in a culture now where we're recognizing more about the colonizer mindset. And a colonizer is not a particular type of individual who has a particular type of skin color. Okay, a colonizer is an individual who likes to win at any means necessary. By any means necessary, that person is going to win, even if that includes cheating. However, how can you truly win by cheating if the reward is fraudulent? Now we exist in the year 2024, the year of truth. Whenever you're watching this particular video, so much has happened already that I'm filming July 2024. July 12th, if I'm not mistaken, 2024. So we have all this stuff being revealed to the general public, the general population. So the things that I've already mentioned shouldn't even be a shock factor when so much has already come to the surface just in 2024. 2024 was just a ripple effect. It's just the start of the ripple effect of what's going to continue happening. The original start of the ripple effect was in 2020 when certain things happened and people were locked in and had to, whether they locked in for themselves or they locked themselves out. That's a different level. Because how could someone lock themselves out? We all know what happened in 2020 when people were locked in. How could people lock themselves out? People locked themselves out of different mindsets. People got closed in to certain types of mindsets. So when someone refused to see other people's points of view, that's where the issue of celebrity psychosis comes in. So a lot of people remember in 2020 when people got locked in and then a bunch of celebrities got on their screens and did songs and just posted videos singing songs, and everybody was like, is this supposed to make us feel better? Because it doesn't. Celebrities having the comforts that majority of the population did not have saw themselves and went, oh, this looks like a good idea. Let's make everybody smile. People were not looking to smile at that time period. People were scared. People were trying to figure out what was going on. That was a time to share certain types of messages, certain types of words, not sing a song. If there's certain messages in the song, okay, it wasn't that type of song though. It was not something that people would hear in that sort of situation. People would hear it and be like, oh, I'm so encouraged. I'm so ready to take on whatever the world has to throw at me. It wasn't that. It was not that. So with celebrities being in their own thought plane and thought form so much of the time, having the average everyday person realize, okay, they're not actually into this. That goes into, okay, what is your fan base requiring of you as an artist now? Give me 1 second. I am looking at this and I'm trying to see something. Okay. So, the individual fan base of the artist or famous person in whatever context that someone is famous, because now we have celebrities that are famous for whatever it is they're doing. It doesn't have to be art, whether that's music, visual art, video format, actors, actresses, whatever the case may be, models. It doesn't have to be that specifically for someone to be a celebrity. Now people are just being known just off of something they may go viral from. It may not be the type of talent people are used to as a performer. However, they're a celebrity nonetheless. They're well known and They were able to capitalize financially from the situation, therefore generating different aspects of generational wealth. Now, generational wealth. So here we go into black nepotism. The reason I intentionally call it black nepotism is because a lot of black people have the mentality that if someone didn't get it out the gutter, then they don't truly have it, or it's not genuine, or they didn't earn it, they don't deserve it. And that's just a lackluster mentality to have, and that is something that we need to get rid of. A lot of people who are higher up in rank, whether that's financial or being known amongst the public, they have that mentality too. Oh, well, you didn't get it out the gutter, you didn't build it yourself, so you can't really say that you did this. When that's completely bypassing someone's own individual accomplishments, whether they had a leg up or not. Doesn't that defeat the entire purpose of people fighting for the freedoms that we fought for? Doesn't that defeat the entire purpose when there are people who have achieved the amount of success that was not available for our people in this country, then to be able to achieve it and pass it on to their children, just for those children to be told, oh, well, you didn't deserve it, oh, well, you didn't earn it, so it's not real. No, we got to completely eradicate that mentality, because not only is that unfair, it doesn't make any logical sense. What was the point of fighting so hard for these freedoms, for these liberties, just to be told, oh, it doesn't matter for you? That doesn't make any sense. That stems from, really, if we're being honest, a slave mentality. To tell someone that, not only is it not fair, it doesn't make sense. Why is it that when nepotism is addressed in the black community, all of a sudden the freedoms and liberties that were shared from from the first generation to the next generation are then discredited? Isn't that what was fought for? Wasn't generational wealth and the freedom to be able to accumulate and share that generational wealth, isn't that what was fought for in this country? So why are the people who are also now free criticizing those who benefit from black nepotism? How does that benefit anyone when those who benefit from nepotism can also assist in other realms for those who do not benefit from nepotism? Those who are descendants and who are able to utilize their own black nepotism, encouraging those individuals to go into things like philanthropy and utilizing what's known in the culture to assist those who are affected by the culture. That's what should be encouraged. Not, oh, well, you didn't dig it out the dirt, so you don't deserve it. Okay, here's the thing as well. People have the argument, oh, well, you were born with it, you need to give it to us. Absolutely not. That's actual buffoonery. No. So on one end, people are being told that they don't deserve it because that was what their parents or grandparents or great-grandparents did, so they didn't earn it, so it doesn't matter. It's actually not real, essentially. They're being told that on one end. And then on the other end, you have individuals who are like, well, you were born with it, you need to give it to us. Absolutely not. That's where aspects of philanthropy are to be instilled, those principles and morals instilled into those who benefit from black nepotism. Okay, everyone doesn't need to donate $1 million a year. That doesn't make a lot of sense. However, teaching those who benefit from nepotism to create more aspects of generational wealth, more aspects of passive income, more aspects of providing opportunities for others and being able to benefit the grand collective. Okay? That's what needs to be told to those who benefit from nepotism, not that they need to give it to others or that it's not real because they were born with it and they didn't have to work for it. Well, it's fine that they didn't have to work for it. Just teach them how to manage it properly and how to also multiply what it was that their ancestors provided for them. Whether those ancestors are 1, 2, or 3 generations back, those ancestors put forth certain steps and protocols in order to achieve that wealth, so the ones who are born with it are able to benefit in a fun, of course, way, but also in order to utilize it in a productive way. Instead of constantly, it's just a constant narrative of you have to get it out the gutter. Okay, well, the gutter's clean now. Okay, everybody got it out the gutter. The gutter's clean now, so no one has to get it out the gutter at this point. This whole struggle mentality and making nothing from something, and this made it 0 to 100 mindset, it's old now. It's old. Even when we're not talking about people who come from straight up poverty, we have a lot of individuals who are born into 2-parent, 6-figure earning black households who have the benefit of having their college tuition paid for, having parents be assisting in purchasing a home, having parents pay for weddings. We have that in everyday black culture now, and that's not an issue. The issue is those who continue to perpetuate the stereotypes that black people have to make it from absolutely nothing in order for it to count in their life and to count for their success. That's simply not true. Eradicating that mindset is what is necessary for the black celebrity. And I know that can sound annoying because it's like, well, we didn't cause this, we didn't do this. This is just something that it's what comes with the job. It's what comes with the job. It's like, I just want to express myself. I just want to share my talent, and I just want to do this. Well, now that we know what we know, if people are willing to sign contracts, if people are willing to go through certain ritualistic practices in order to achieve certain success. Okay, so if you're willing to do magic for your success, you're not willing to help the community out. Now you got to question yourself. It's like, well, I just want to share my art. That's it. Okay, so why are you participating in certain ritualistic practices and ceremonies that are actually detrimental to some? You can't be hypocritical and say that you want the power, the glory, and the fame and not give back. When people talk about tithing, people get into this mental construct of thinking that they have to give money to a church, when no, that's not at all. The pastor has nothing to do with your tithe. Your tithe has everything to do with how are you giving back to those who put you up on whatever pedestal that is. That's how you feed God's people. Oh, I just want to share my talent. I just want to, okay. That comes at a cost. If you're being well known for your talent, and you're gaining financially from your talent, gaining notoriety and recognition for your talent, that comes at a cost. Righteous or unrighteous. We're aware of the unrighteous actions. So let's bring forth the righteous actions. Let's multiply the righteous actions, I should say. Because we're aware of the righteous actions. It's just boring. It takes a lot of time and all this other stuff. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That instantaneous benefit is how we're here in the first place of, okay, well, why do we still have so many problems? Why do we even still have to face things like racism? Because people did not take the time to use their privilege and their benefit in order to assist those others to be able to accomplish certain things. It's like, okay, well, you can't help everyone. The only reason that we have the mindset that we can't help everyone is because different people come from different sort of circumstances, and people do not have the patience for individuals who come from certain circumstances. When you add in factors like toxic relationships, drugs, whatever sort of exposure, poison, food and water, environments that are dangerous, when you factor in all of those elements, you have to be like, okay, well, we got to sit down and reconfigure and regroup how we're going to approach certain things. Without doing that, you cannot effectively help a group of people. It is this is the thing. It's like, well, I'm just a celebrity, I'm just known for what it is that I do. People look up to celebrities at the end of the day, man. Political powers use celebrities to push narratives at the end of the day. Let's not pretend that this is what has been going on for the longest amount of time. Especially black people. Especially black people. Let's not pretend that this isn't what has been happening and how this is going to continue to happen. Yes, of course, a lot of celebrities are losing their influence, but a lot of influencers are gaining influence. So now you factor in social media, where it's like, if you want to be a successful celebrity, now at this point you got to be a content creator at the same time. You got to be an influencer at the same time. In order to keep your true influence, the public, whatever audience you may have, whatever community you're gathering, has to have a deeper connection to you than originally just seeing you on a screen. Or listening to you. We're at a different level now. So taking all of that into consideration, rather than just sitting on the thought plane of, okay, well, I just want to be famous and I want to be rich. Okay, we did that as a collective already. As a society, as a culture, we've accomplished that. You'll see, like, do you see where that has gotten us? Like, it's actually kind of terrible. It's kind of terrible where society is. We have all this new technology. We have these new this and new that. And we still have things as bad as people missing on the regular. There's no reason for people to be missing. There's no reason for people to not have enough food to eat. There's no reason for people to not have enough resources or money to have food, clean water. Like, that stuff literally doesn't make any sense. It does not make any logical sense. When we have individuals who have the resources, the connections, the network available to fix that issues. Like I said, a lot of celebrities are now known for their companies that they have. Okay, so how did they accumulate all those finances just to be there? Like, there's nothing going on for anyone else. Especially when those individuals benefit from nepotism. They were born with that, they expanded it, and they're still not giving back? No, you don't have to give out of your pocket and never receive a return. It's building structures and infrastructure and having the innovation necessary to progress society forward. That's what that's about. This is what being of influence is. Not being a poster boy, not being a poster girl, not being the face of something that someone else is doing. Being your own movement. That's the benefit of black nepotism. So it's a matter of getting out of the celebrity psychosis of, I got to get paid, so I got to do this, I got to sacrifice my morals, I got to sacrifice my integrity in order to get paid. We're past that. We're all past that. There's so many ways to make money as an artist, as a talented individual, for passive income, different aspects of investment. With all the avenues available for creating finances and increasing finances, multiplying finances, there's no excuse nowadays. Because at first there was a lot of ignorance. A lot of people did not know. A lot of people signed faulty contracts. A lot of people were not financially educated. So now with black nepotism, there's no excuse but to be financially literate. There's no excuse. Having the ability to go to private schools, go to Ivy League colleges, go to higher up, whether that's HBCUs or whatever sort of schools of notoriety, there's no excuse but to have the best information in order to succeed within oneself, within the family, or to help whatever sort of community to succeed. We have all these religious organizations, we have these fraternities, we have these underground organizations, and we have these more public organizations, and it's just a bunch of organizations that have not done in a lot of ways what they said they would do. Just like politics, where people will run on a particular campaign and then not fulfill what it is they said they would pursue in their campaign once they are elected. It's almost as if it's false advertising, where it's being told one thing is going to happen. Once you make the purchase, that thing does not happen, or it's lackluster. It doesn't meet the standards of what the individual said. When in business and entrepreneurship, we're told all the time, make sure you over deliver. Make sure that you over deliver and you do more than what's expected. That's what's shared in entrepreneurship. So if that's shared in entrepreneurship and business alone, how has the celebrity culture gotten so, like, it's a business? That in itself is a business. So how has it not achieved what it was meant to achieve in such a long period of time? We've had celebrity culture for such a long time, and this is why it's now a psychosis. It's unrealistic at this point. The general public gets being a celebrity is a lifestyle that most people simply are never going to achieve. That's ingrained already. That makes sense. It's selling a false reality in a sense. That celebrity culture to put on a screen. However, the actual lifestyles of celebrities, it doesn't make any sense to live in that false world. You know it's false. When you know it's false, pretending as if it's real and that it actually exists, that is the psychosis itself. Pretending as if bodies and blood isn't on individuals' hands is the psychosis itself. How have people gone missing? How have people been murdered? How have people had these tragic situations happen in their lives if it wasn't at the hands of fame? And then pretending as if that's not the case. That in itself is celebrity psychosis. Doing anything for fame and pretending as if that, oh, it's not that bad. Or no, I didn't do that. That didn't happen. You're just lying to yourself. Just lying to yourself, lying to your fan base, lying to your family, friends, anyone who associates with you, whether professionally, unprofessionally, or in passing. So that's the gist of what I wanted to share. Just having a tighter grip on what it is to be a celebrity, a well-known figure, an individual who is of influence despite, oh, I just want to share my talent. I just want to be who I am. I want to be famous. Fame comes at a cost. We are at a point in society now where people are looking anywhere else outside of themselves for assistance, and it starts with celebrities. Celebrities created an idolization culture. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. You knew what you were signing up for. We see the way that celebrities are treated in society. So once you make that deal with yourself, then you make that deal with the general public to be a celebrity. Now you're someone that people look up to in whatever sense that is. It's no longer just being somewhat relatable. It's no longer just doing the trendy thing and doing it for the culture. It's no longer that simple. It is something that's taken very seriously. Being a rapper, I said this a while ago, some years ago. Being a rapper is one of the most dangerous jobs. Look at every other profession. We're talking about miners. We're talking about police officers, firefighters, people who go out of their way to get hurt as a job. Rappers die on a more continuous basis than people who actually have physical, manual, labor-intensive, dangerous jobs. People who work construction, who work with dangerous tools all day. A rapper is more likely to pass away as a teenager or in their 20s than someone who's in their 40s is a veteran. Even some veterans, I'm really thinking about it. These people go to war with guns. And you got little whoop-de-whoop on the street, on a beat, dying because of some stuff that happened. He ain't even have real ops. He was just saying some lyrics. Then he manifested that reality into his life. That's what I'm talking about. I just had to give that example. So yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. I don't know how many more celebrity psychosis videos I'm going to be sharing. I just had to make sure that these were spoken and given out at a certain time period, because things are getting, we're at crunch time now. We're at crunch time, and it's important for those of influence to know just how much influence they are. You have to know how much of an influence you are in order to continue your career. So yeah, and also with that, I will have my services available in the description box for you to utilize those. So yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Shalom, rain of corns, and I will see you in the next one. Thawara, and that means thank you in Hebrew.